G'day, my name is Sean and this is my weekly update where I share my quilting adventures. Come see what I'm working on, what I completed, and all the other fun and exciting news. Let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. First up is Second Star to the Right, which is a Peter Pan inspired sew along by East Quilting Co. This is a picture of the pattern. I'm doing it here in the Dawn colorway, which is the more colorful one. Last week I showed you part of the block here. And there we go. And then this previous week we went ahead and finished up this block, which is her legs, and this will be attached later on in the quilt assembly. It's apparently all done at the very end, so there we go. Next up is another pattern by East Quilting Co, which is called Bear Wilded, and I am doing the black bear down here with a slightly different colorway, and this has been a lot of fun. Last week I showed you the face, and since then we've done a lot more progress on this. We have done the face that you've already seen, and now we have the front legs and that sort of thing there, so we'll try and show you here a little better. And then we've also started doing the bear paw and the other embellishments around the edge, and so I'm using a light blue and with the background. I think this will turn out really nice. And then here we go here as well. So after this we'll do a bear paw block, and we'll put this all together, and hopefully next week or thereabouts this whole quilt top will be done. This one goes together very quickly, so if you're looking for a fun, easy project, this one's highly recommended. And you can do several different types of bears, like a grizzly, polar bear, or black bear. If you want to access these patterns, you can go over using my affiliate link. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it does help provide a little bit of financial support here to the channel. Anyway, that is what I have for my works in progress. I didn't get as much of this stuff done, but I'm doing some pattern planning and that sort of thing there as well, which you'll get to see a little later on down the road in a future episode. We'll got up some other news and events, but before we do that, let's go ahead and do our week in review. If you're new to the channel, this is a series of videos I take during the week, some of me sewing, and also of any adventures we get up to, so I hope you enjoy. Last week I asked everybody if they bought a lot of kits or if they tended to buy yardage from the store or use their own stash. And the vast majority of you either use your own stash, because we all have way too much, right? No, never. We have just enough for now and a little later down the road, right? But yeah, anyway, most of you either buy from, pull from stash or go to the store, which I think is great. The kits are definitely convenient, but I think a lot of us like to do our own little spin on it there as well. This week I thought it'd be fun to ask you, what is your go-to brand of thread that you like to use in your machine, and why? Is it something that your machine likes? Is it something that you've been using since day one? Love to hear the answer. For me, I've been a big Gutermann fan since pretty much the beginning. There was a spool of the little threads that was fairly cheap at Joann's many years ago. I tried it. It worked well on my machines, and that's what I've been using ever since. But I know a lot of folks like Aurifil and other brands. So let me know in the comments, what is your favorite brand and why? I'd love to hear the answer. So what are my goals for this week? Well, I'd like to continue and hopefully finish the Bear Wilded project. I think this one's going to be really fun, and we're not that far from the finish. Someone asked me the other day how long I had left. I'd say I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through, something like that. So that's an achievable thing. I'd also like to finish the dog park. We haven't got much more assembly to do on this, so this one should go together very quickly. If I spend a little bit of time on that, I think they'll get that done. And then I'd also like to get started quilting on the Scrappy Triangle project that I showed you last week. What are your goals for this week? And so now it is time for our news and events. First up, I had a short called Sew a Block With Me, which is where I put together one of the Scrappy Triangle blocks together. And this was a fun experiment for me to throw out there to see if it was well received. I had a lot of views from it, and I'd love to hear your comments. Is this something you'd like to see more often in the future, seeing how a block goes from start to finish in a very short amount of time? I'd like to hear. Yesterday morning I had my friend Donnell from Donnell Stitchery join me for a live. It was a lot of fun catching up with her, and we had a really good conversation about all sorts of different things. If you missed that, go check it out. This coming Saturday morning, I plan to have a live with my friend Danny from So Not an Expert. She is always a joy and a hoot to hang out with. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with her for a little bit more again, so definitely come check that out, 8 a.m. Saturday morning. As many of you know, I host an online guild, and we have a meeting once a month, and the next meeting will be at 8 a.m. tonight Eastern. So if you've been interested, we would love to have you. It's all over at our Discord. It is completely free. There are no membership fees or anything else like that. If you decide to come, we'd love to have you. And if you'd like to, bring along your show and tell. We love showing what we do each month as well. So definitely bring that along. But if you just want to come along and listen, that's perfectly fine as well. We'd love to have you. And finally, a little update progress on my Scrappy Triangles. You would have seen this last week. It's still one of my favorite projects that I've done in a long time. I just love all the colors here as well. I asked everybody if you thought I should put a small border on the edge. The vast majority of you said yes. So I will be putting a small border on the edge. And I've also loved to tell you that I've actually pulled all the papers out already, which is really neat as well. It did not take very long at all because I think pieces are so small you can kind of just scrunch it up a little bit and the paper pops right off, which was really fun. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, I'd love it if you hit that like button on the way out. Tell a friend, and I always love hearing comments from my viewers. And also check out this video here because it'll be a fun one for you to watch. I hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.